everyone, welcome back to the second part of the videos for grade 8 mathematics chapter 1. In previous video we did till integers. What do you mean by integer? How to add, subtract integer, multiply, divide, all the rule for BODMAS also, everything we have completed. Now we will start with square. How to calculate square and its rules. So basically when we say square, square is a number if we multiply it twice. Any number if you multiply it 2 times will give you square. For example, 2 into 2 is 4. This means 4 is square of 2. So similarly, if you multiply p into p, it will give you p square. So be it alphabetically or numerically, if any two values are multiplied twice, it will give you square of that number. Now, before we start calculation for square and square roots, I would like you to know or remember at least the square values of number from 1 to 20. In this video, a picture is also displayed right now. There you can see these numbers. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square 9, meaning multiplied twice. 4 into 4, 16, 5 into 5, 25. Like that, it goes till 20. Now why I am asking you to remember is it would make you easier for the calculation. In case if it's difficult, you can even calculate at the very moment also. 15 square if you want to find, you will do 15 into 15. And you multiply them, you will get number like this, 225. So you can multiply like this also, or you can even memorize it also. Now where we are going to use this? You can look at your book, exercise 1.2, we'll do few questions for them. Now, if you look in exercise 1.2 first question, it says, read the statement on the right and write a similar statement for each root, for root over 20. Question number 8, example is given, root 8 is greater than 2, less than 3. Now, similarly for your first question under root 20 also, you have to turn it in like this statement. Now what does this mean? You can see in the middle there is root. It means value of root 8 is greater than 2, less than 3. Pointed one is less. Now if you check root 8, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. So that means 8 lies between 4 to 9. That means value of under root 8 also will have to lie between 2 and 3. That's why root 8 is obviously greater than 2, less than 3. Now same thing if you do for 20, root 20. You have to check where does the 20 lie. If you check 16, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25. But under root 20, 20 is lesser than 25. That means it clearly signifies your under root 20 lies between 60 to 25, that is between 4 and 5. So similarly you can write under root 20 is greater than 4 because 4 square is 16 and lesser than 25 because 5 square is 25. So this means 20 is greater than 4 and less than 5. This is how we evaluate or estimate or compare the numbers of the square and square root. Now similarly if you check the second question, third question. For square first we'll do and then we'll go for cube. Estimate each root to the nearest whole number is your question. And your first value is under root 171. Your question is not direct calculate but estimate. Now what happened is whatever we have given the values out here is perfect square we call them. If something like 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 3, 9, 4 into 4, 16, 5 into 5, 25, they are perfect square. But every time it's not compulsory that when you calculate the square root, it will always give you the perfect square or the whole number. It's not necessary. Sometimes answer will be in decimal or in point form also. So at that time, how to evaluate? You'll have to estimate first. Where will it lie? Now when you check 171, check here. Greater than 169, but obviously lesser than 196. That means 13 square, 14 square. It will lie between 13 and 14, that means. So, since it is a bit greater than 13, we'll take always the lesser value, not the more. So that's why your estimation is, it will lie around 13. So you'll calculate, we call it hit and trial method. So when you check it out here, it might be 13.5 or it might be 13.2 or it might be 13.3. You have to check it once. You have to calculate by yourself. So 13.5, because after point I have not given your square values, you multiply and check it once. 5 into 5, 25, 5 to 15, 17, 6. Again with 3 multiply, 1, 4. Again with 1 multiply, with 1 if you multiply same value, no need to check also. 5, 3 and 1 here. 8, 1. Now whenever you multiply, after point there are 2 digits, so put point before 2 digits. Now obviously it is coming out a bit greater. We need 171, we don't need 182. That means it will lie below 5, 13.3 or 13.2. You have to again check it. Let us take for 13.2 now. Now it's giving you 174. It means it's a bit below again. Again you have to check. Might be it is 13.1. Now it shows a bit near what values, 171.6. We have checked for 3 values, for middle one 13.5 and again a bit nearer one 13.3 and now 13.1. So out of these 3 values it shows the nearest one. So from here you can estimate that the value for this is approximately this side is equal to, and on the top sleeping s. This is called similar actually. So it's approximately, this sign is for approximately, not the exact value but near value, is for 13.1. This is how you estimate it. Now I'd like to give you another formula also. From here directly you can calculate, so it would make you easier for any kind of square value. For example, for same question 171, you will convert it into under root x plus y. It can be plus or minus, whatever. Meaning, and be very sure x would be something perfect square. At 171, if you check, 169 is a perfect square for 13. So 169 plus 2 will give you 171. So you can do here under root 171 is 169 plus 2, because 69 plus 2 will give you 171. At that time x is 169, y is 2. Now for this there is a direct value. Under root for x plus minus y is equal to under root x. If you take plus, then you have to take plus. If you take minus, then minus. Y by 2 under root x. This formula is the best whenever you want to calculate square for any number, square root for any numbers. Now in place of x I have taken 169 and I am taking plus sign, and y is 2. Put the values here. Here you will be writing 169. Now you take plus. In place of y, this is x, this is y. In place of y you will write 2. And again in place of under root you will write 169. Now directly write the value. 169 under root will give you 13. It's a perfect square. That's why first x you will always have to take perfect square. Second one. This is also 13. Now you can cancel it. 2 to up and down. So it's giving you, let me rub it here. It's giving you value 13 plus 1 by 13. Now you can calculate how much is the value of 1 by 13 and write it. You know how to divide. Take 1. 1 cannot be divided by 13, so write 0 point. Now it's 0. Still cannot be divided by 13. Now you clearly know 13 7 is 91, 13 8 is 104. So you can do 13 7 is 91. And subtract it, it goes on. Again 9 comes, another you put 0 and continue. But we just need the value this much. After decimal it's coming out 0 7. That means 1 by 13 you can write 0 7. Now add this number. 13 plus 0 is 13. 0.07 is there, you put 0.07. Now this value and previous answer is similar. provided estimation. You know that if the second number is more than 5, it carry over 1 here. So this is even equal to, if carry over goes out here, 1 will be carried, 0 plus 1 will give you 1. So this and ahead answer is similar. But ahead answer you have to check again and again, hit and trial method. But this directly, if you put value, direct answer it comes. So I want you to practice with this method because it is very easy for decimal also, for perfect square also, and it will be very helpful for you. No need to memorize, no need to waste time for this. Now when we go to the another question, same question number 3, option D. It's given under 26.3. Though there is decimal, doesn't matter, no need to get worried, do like before. And this is just estimation. So you can follow ahead formula also, or you can estimate the nearest value. If you check 26.3 is greater than 25, then obviously it will lie between 25 to 36. That means between 5 to 6. So its root will have to hit and trial between 5.1, multiply, get the answer, or it might be 5.2, 5.3, some number. Or if you want to do like before formula, then you can do convert it. 26.3 perfect square is 25, so you can write here 25 plus 1.3. Why? Because 25 plus 1 is 26 and 0.3. So if you add that perfect square also we are getting, y as a number also we are getting. Now use the formula. What was the formula which we did before? For under root value, this is x and this is y. So under root x, if there is plus plus, y by 2 root x. Now again put the values. In place of x, 25. In place of y, 1.3. Again in place of x, under root 25. Now again calculate. Under root 25 is clearly 5. Easy for you. Plus 1.3 by 2 into 5. Again with 2, divide it out, calculate, and like before, add it up. So main multiplying, addition, it's okay, you can do it. But the thing is, this formula how to practice is your quest here. So that's why this particular exercise 1.2 question number 3, everything you do it in this method. Now similarly we'll go next topic as a cube or cube roots. Before we start up, you remember like square means multiply twice. Similarly cube means 2 number multiplied 3 times. So if I do 2 into 2 into 2, 2 is being multiplied 3 times. 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 2 will give you 8. This means cube of 2 is 8. Or similarly, cube root of 8 is 2, vice versa. So the values are given here. 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube 27. This means 3 into 3 into 3. 3 into 3 is 9, 9 3 is 27. Same goes on. 4 cube, 5 cube 125, 6 cube 216, 7 cube 343, 8 cube 512, 9 cube 729, 10 cube 1000. Now if you memorize it, it is very easy for you, time will be less consumed. But this does not mean that I'm not asking you to memorize 1 to 20 for square also, for cube also. It's a bit tougher also. So what I would advise you is, please practice all the question given in exercise 1.2 and 1.3. When you do that, automatically numbers will be remembered to you. So you don't have to memorize hard for this also. Now, this is what cube is. I'll not erase it. I'll explain few questions how to work it out under this value. Question number 6b. Question number 6b is like this. Cube root of 1225. Number is like this. Now whenever you are calculating cube root of this, always check where around this number lies, like you have done for hit and trial method for square. Similar you do for cube also. But because for cube the previous formula will not work. Now 1225 I have given here values till 10. Now you calculate for 11 also or 12 also, at least till 15 if possible. So now while checking, it came out 11 cube is 1331, 12 cube is 1728. Value is 1225. So obviously if you take 1225 is for 11 cube it's greater and for 10 cube it's smaller. So obviously this means this value lies between 10 and 11. So between 10 and 11. Cube root of 1225. Greater than 10 but lesser than 11. Now how do you estimate it? Check it like before. Let us multiply 10.5. I would do 0.5 just to check whether it's near about or not. So 10.5 into 10.5, first you do it. It might be hectic, you might think, but calculation is very easy. See, 5 into 5 is 25. 5. Since 0 is there, 5 into 0, 0 plus 2, 25. Directly you can write 25 here. 5 1 is 5. Now go for the second one. 0 multiplied anything is 0. So there are 3 digits, you directly write from the back 3 digits. Now proceed. Third number is 1. Always it will come out 1 in there till when you are doing till 90. So 1 into something is same thing, directly write from the back. 5, 0, 1. So basically it's not that difficult also or time consuming also. Add them. So it's giving you 11025 for square. Now again you have to multiply because it's cube. So into 10.5 again. So remember, after a point there are 2 digits. That's why 2 digits before I'm keeping a point. Multiply them again now. 5 5 25, 12, 5 1 5, 5. Again with 0, everything 0. There are 5 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Now do with 1. The way I have told you before, everything same number. 5, 2, 0, 1 and 1. Add them. Now after point 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. It would be here. So 1157, 1225. That means it's a bit lesser value. Now you will go for a bit higher. Might be 10.7 will work it out. You'll check it once. .7 now. Similar case. Multiply 7, 7, 49. 0 is there. Directly write 49. 7 into 1, 7. With 0 multiplied, everything 0. 3 zeros. With 1 multiplied, same number. Add them. Easy. After point there are 2 digits. Put point before 2 digits. Again multiply with 107. 3, 0, 8. Again with 0, everything 0, 5 digit. Again with 1, same number, whatever is in here. Now add them all. Now after point 3 digit, see, it's 1225, here is 1225.04. Now whenever we estimate it, after second digit 4 is there, below 5, no need to carry over. That means somehow perfect one is coming out. So you can write here is near to approximately 10.7. So this is how you calculate the value of cube root. You'll have to do with hit and trial method. Now for square also there are many methods. Long division method is there, this and that is there. But the calculation which will give you easier way, that one I have calculated or I have brought it to you here. For square also, for cube also. Please follow this method and complete exercise 1.2 completely. And if there is doubt and all, please you can always WhatsApp it to me and ask whatever is there, I'll be ready to help. So now our third topic, third and the last topic of this particular chapter, law of indices. Here the power rule will be working out, and there are few rules you have to remember. It will help you to do the simplification in easier method. First rule states a to the power m into a to the power n. If bases are to be very clear, basis is a, but powers are different, and if they are multiplied then you can add the power to the power m plus n. Meaning, for example, if there is 2 to the power 3 into 2 to the power 4, same basis multiplied, different power, you have to add the power. So it will give you 2 to the power 3 plus 4, that is 2 to the power 7. Similarly, if it's divided, then bases are same, but be very careful, bases have to be similar. So a will remain there, you'll have to subtract it. Divided 1, denominator 1 power will go up and be minus. Now same if you calculate 2 to the power 4 by 2 to the power 3. If it's like this, base will remain 7, 4 up, 3 will go and be minus. That means 4 minus 3 is 1. And if ever 2 to the power 1 comes, any number value 1 comes, no need to write that 1, because whatever value to the 1 is that same number only. Now for the third rule states, if power is like this, bracket and 2 powers are there, you can multiply the power. Same rule like multiplication when there is bracket. So it states a to the power m into n. For example, if it's 2 to the power 3 and here is 4. Here you can multiply power. 3 into 4, 12. Now, whenever any number to the power comes out negative, you can convert it into fraction. In that way, it will be positive. Exercise 1.3 is about only this rule, basically. So here, a to the power negative n will give you 1 divided by a to the power m. See, if you check, base is also same, power also is same, but minus has been turned to plus. Now, for example, your question is 2 to the power minus 5. Now, we never leave the answer in mathematics in power negative. So, we'll convert it to positive. How we'll do? You write 1 by the same number, but power will be positive. Now, in case if it's divided, see, suppose the number was 2 to the power minus 3 and 4 to the power minus 2, for example. Then you want to make positive. Then just flip up the number, because fractions, if you take it, it will go up. So 4 will go up, 2 will go down, there its power also will go up. 4 to the power is 2, it will be positive now, and 3 will be also positive now. So if it's divided, flip it up. But if it's just a number, then fraction it out. Simple. Please complete exercise 1.3 with this particular formula alone, or law of indices alone. Now next, law states that any number or any value to the power 0 is always 1. Meaning, though here is 100, 100 to the power 0 is also 1. 1000 to the power 0 is 1. X to the power 0 is 1. Whatever value to the power 0 is always equal to 1. Now the last one, law states that if it's like this, this is a root, and n root means it might be square root, cube root, fourth root, whatever. And inside your value is an. Then whatever is inside the root, write it same, bracket it out in the power 1 by that root value. If it's square root, you have to write here 1 by 2. Cube root 1 by 3 and goes on. For example, if your question is cube root 144, or to make it simpler, 144 is basically 12 square. Let me write 12 square only. So under root is there 12 square. You write it same thing, whatever is inside the root. Put the bracket 1 by whatever root it belongs, 3. If there was no root, for example, no root, then it means square it is. Then here you have to write 2. So this is how law of indices works out. Now 1 or 2 simple questions, I'll explain it to you here, and then you'll understand how to use it. Now if you check exercise 1.3, all the questions are there, many questions are there. You are going to do everything. I'll give you a hint on how to do for different question. I have picked it up one each. 1b, your value is like this, and your question is write the given number as a fraction. So no, it's 5 to the power negative. So whenever power is negative, we'll make it positive. How? Divide it. 1 by 5 you'll write, minus will be converted to plus. Now for the second one, question number 2d, 7 to the power 0. I have explained you just before. Whatever value to the 0 is, simple 1. End of the story. Now the next is 5b. Your question is like this. You are going to simplify it. Now work it out. 3 square is 9. 3. Nothing means 1 is there. 3 to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. 3 to the power negative, make it positive. To the power 1 it will be there, no need to write. Now add the whole numbers first. 9 plus 1, 10 plus 3, 13. Plus 1 by 3. Now you can take LCM. Nothing means 1. For 3 and 1 your LCM is 3. Now 13 into 3, 39. Plus 1 into 1, 1. It will give you 40 by 3. This is how you will work it out. Now please complete all the questions of 1.3 in similar method. Look at few example of exercise 1.4, the last exercise. Few questions I have picked it up following the same law of indices. 1C is like this. You are supposed to apply law of indices in here. Bases are same, 10, 10. Powers are different and multiply. So obviously you will do 4 plus 2. That means 10 to the power 6. Simple. Similarly here, same method. Bases are same. You add the power. 3 plus 2. A to the power 5. The third one is divided now. Same bases. So you will write same base. Upper one numerator there, but down one denominator will come and be minus. So 5 to the power 2 minus 4 is minus 4. In previous integers we have learned about it. Now power is negative, you'll have to make it positive. How do we do it? Divide it, fraction it. 5 to the power 2. Simple. Or even you can write answer here also. 5 square is 25. We have just learned about the square and end it up there as well. Now another number is a bit different. 343 square. Now if you have to calculate, you have to do 343 into 343, it would be long. So your question is not asking you to multiply and write. Your question is to convert it into simplest power form. Now 343 is something to the power. It might be 2 or it might be 3. When we did before, it came out actually 7 to the power 3. Or if you don't know, you can even factorize it out here and check it also if you have not memorized it. So with 7 divided, 7 4 28, 53, so 7, 9, 63, so 7 9 63, and 7 is 49. So basically 7 is multiplied thrice. That means 343 is 7 to the power 3. But whole square is there. Do not forget that square. Let it be there. Often you all make mistake. You forget the given power. Do not do like that. The base, once you convert it in power form, if there is another power, let it be there. Now follow the law of indices. Base will be there. Power you will multiply it. 3 into 2, 6. That means it is 7 to the power 6. Now the last one, a bit different one. Your question number 13 is given like this. 3 to the power n, 3 square is equal to 81. Now this is the last question. By this we are going to end. Please listen. 3 to the power is n and your question is asking find the value of n. Now in this case, let this 3 to the power n be here and other numbers send it to the other side of equal. Now in previous video I have already taught you in integers, if any number is multiplied and you are sending it to the other side, it will go and divide it. So equal will be there, 81, 3 square will go and divide. Simple. Now its continuation is here. Now let 3 to the power n be there. 3 square is basically 81. 3 square is basically 9. Now either you can convert 81 in terms of 3 or 3 in terms of 9, whatever, it's similar only. But I find this calculation 3 square 9 is easier. Why? Because 9 is 81. And this same 9 can be converted in terms of 3 also. So now what will you do? 9 you will write 3 square because 3 into 3 is 9. Now when you check here, bases are same and equal sign is there. So whenever bases are equal, bases are same and equal sign is there, their power is always equal. So this means n is equal to 2. So this is the last law of indices. Remember, the seventh law. Whenever bases are equal, if m is equal to an, then m is always equal to n. By this, we complete question number 13 as well. Now, by this whole sum, we have completed this particular chapter 1, including all the questions, laws and everything. Along with this video, a PPT is sent to you. Please go through that and you needn't have to write anything of the PPT in your book. Please complete exercise 1.1, 1.2 and 3 and end of unit review. This whole week you kindly give it for mathematics and try to complete it. We will be meeting again next for another chapter. Thank you.